Hi. So today we're in Washington, D.C. at the Union Market. About to get some food, about to get something to eat. You know, that's what we enjoy doing. Going to great places, finding great foods. So Union Market is in Washington, D.C. in an area called NOMA, which stands for North of Massachusetts Avenue. It's a really nice area. It's being renovated, gentrified, kind of being brought back. When I used to come here many years ago, this area was really just a warehouse district. It was kind of run down. And they're really coming back and renovating this area, doing a lot of great things here. But we're gonna go into Union Market, which is gonna go get us something to eat. And you can kind of see, you may see similarities to the Baltic market in England. So you may see some similarities there, the way these places are set up. But let's go in, Union Market, let's go check it out. Washington, D.C. has an expansive food culture. And as an international hub of cultures, peoples, and politics, Washington, D.C. is a foodie's paradise, and the Union Market is a perfect example of the eclectic mixture of foods and ingredients available in the district. With the open floor plan, the Union Market has foods, ingredients, and restaurants representing cultures from all over the world. The Union Market classifies itself as a place for businesses to scale and grow, and this is evident to me as the majority of the food stalls and small shops have changed since I last visited a couple of years ago. The true highlight of the Union Market is the diversity of food options. There aren't many places in Washington, D.C. where you can find a Korean food stall next to a South Indian food stall sandwiched between an American barbecue and donut shop. There was even a British food stall selling fish and chips. Another key component to the Union Market are the butcher shops. There are several butcher shops selling fresh meats and seafood. Being located in a historical packing and warehouse district, Union Market is perfectly located and situated for having fresh foods, meats, and ingredients. But the eclectic mix at the Union Market doesn't stop there. There's a clothing shop, knife sharpening stall, wine shops, and so much more. The entire theme is built on choice, selection, and diversity, which is why we chose to visit the Union Market during our return visit back to the United States and in Washington, D.C. However, I will admit the abundance of choices made it difficult to select which foods we wanted to try. So we ordered from several different stalls and ended up with a broad mix of things that most people probably wouldn't want to eat together all at the same time. You'll see later on in the video. If you're someone who enjoys watching food preparation, that is another highlight to the Union Market. We stood mesmerized as we watched a cook sear chicken. There were pastry chefs making donuts and fine delectable treats, but the most exciting to us was the cook who prepared our South Indian dish. We ordered a dosa, which is similar to a pancake or a crepe. Originating in South India, a dosa is made from fermented batter predominantly consisting of lentils and rice. It's somewhat similar to a crepe in appearance, but is much more flavorful. Dosas can be difficult to prepare. They tend to stick to the pan or they can be lumpy. However, the cook here in this case just made it look easy. Dosas can be served plain or stuffed. We decided to get ours stuffed. This turned the dish into a masala dosa, Masala dosa is a dosa stuffed with potatoes, onions, some aromatic Indian spices, and other flavorings to taste. So just like the Baltic Market in Liverpool, here Union Market in D.C. has a lot of different stalls, so you can try different foods. We've gotten that. We're sitting outside now, and we order from Korean restaurants, different Indian, South Indian restaurants, roast beef sandwiches. Just kind of spread the gambit to see what the different flavors are here at Union Market. Although Blair and I ordered Korean and South Indian dishes, for the kids, we just gave them roast beef sandwiches. They enjoyed trying new dishes, but we wanted to make sure we gave them something that they really would eat. So I ordered a Korean dish that's chicken, rice, and like a sauteed, slightly fermented kale, which is really good. It's a nice dish. The dishes that we ordered are so varied that it's kind of hard to do a comparison as to which. They're from so many different cultures, you can't really compare one to the other.
I don't see anything, Matthew. I think you're good, okay? I think you're good. So I just ate a dosa from DC Dosas. It's really good. They make the dosas for you as you stand and wait. They had choices of white lentil, brown lentil, and I think it was muja dosa. I think I chose a muja dosa since they didn't have the brown lentil. I got roasted vegetables and curry potatoes on mine. And then it came with 2 chutneys. One is a green chutney that's a little spicy, and the other one I think is an onion and tamarind. I haven't tried that one yet.
I'm watching you. No, it didn't go down.
Completely wrong on what I thought that was going to taste like. So that is actually sweet tasting. It's a nice compliment to the spiciness of the food. I like it, but I'm a fan of Indian food, so I like most Indian.
That's our meal at Union Market in NOMA District in Washington, D.C. Great food if you want a lot of variety, a lot of different flavors, a lot of tastes from across the globe. That is a wonderful place to go get that experience. So if you're ever in DC, if you're in the district, swing through Union Market. Some great place to go get something to eat.